Sanbonani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and we are talking about Born into Fame. Now this latest episode, you guys, starts off with Shamiso calling her friend and basically filling her friend in about AJ. Remember AJ basically said that he felt as if Ushamiso was not being sincere when he hosted a party for Pila. And he was crying, and then Shamiso came and checked up on him. He basically said that Shamiso was not being genuine. So Shamiso's calling a friend, filling in a friend, and telling a friend, like, listen, like, I agreed with everything that she was saying. And that was basically that you don't need to be close with the person to show that you care about them. Like, you checking up on a person, or you basically comforting a person who's crying, it's just a humanly type of thing to do. Like, it's nothing deep. um and maybe AJ took it, maybe AJ took it that way, or maybe looked so much into it because he has a crush on Ushamiso. But I guess it was really not that deep for Shamiso. Maybe he remembers Shamiso and AJ had a mutual friend who deleted himself. So I guess that's why maybe she felt also the need to kind of comfort AJ. But yeah, she was filling in a friend, basically telling a friend that AJ is now in her bad books. But I was just like, one thing about me, you guys, like, I just can't stand a person who swears, like, uses the F word in every literal second sentence that they use. I can't. And I feel like that's Shami. So I'm just like, girl swears too much for my liking. And I really hope that it's just something she does with her friends and for the sake of the show. But I really hope she doesn't do that with strangers. Because quite frankly, as a person who doesn't swear, I just feel like it's rude to go around like speaking to people and be using like the F word in each and every, like, every second word you use or every second sentence you say, you're using the F word. I feel like it's rude. So I really hope it's there, like it's bound to her friends and just the show because it's like about them. But then again, I remember that one time incident, you guys, where there was this hostess that was basically trending on the, like, that whole plane thing. Was it not Shamiso, where they wanted to kick a passenger out of the plane because apparently she was being rude to a hostess. Yes, she was being rude to a hostess, and she was swearing. I believe it was Shamiso because she even took a video, and um they wanted to get her off the plane, and she refused, and she was basically like, no, I'm not going to get off the plane unless you guys give me like another one, because like I'm rushing, because there was the police who actually wanted to escort her. Now that plane etiquette or something like that, you're not allowed to swear. They don't tolerate stuff like that. So now when I'm thinking back to that, I'm just like, so like, I'm now thinking which it was not a far-fetched thing, because the way Ukel swears, like, now I'm starting to believe that something pissed her off and she was swearing. And it's rude, guys, to just swear and use like the F word to people you don't know. But anyway, that's her, and you do you, boo. And then the next scene is AJ, Sonke, and Owami, guys. Out of this whole episode of Born into Fame, I think this was the highlight of the show for me. I enjoyed the scene so much, to a point that I even forgot that I was watching a show like this. Um, Listen, like, no matter what people can say about Arthur's Arthur, but his kids, he really did well to his kids. I'll attribute some of that to him because, I mean, he's their dad. But their work ethic, you guys, the way they're just so talented. Pella, Arthur's kids, just speaking about Owami, they are young, you guys, but the way they are responsible, the way they are hardworking, it's such a beautiful thing to see. So that whole scene where they were creating music with Songe, who is a former um, idol singer or idol contestant. It was so bizarre, so beautiful, so genuine, so fun. Listen, even the song that they created, there was such a vibe. Like I was jamming while listening to the song, even as the show progressed. When they were transitioning into the next scene, they used that song. Like it was just, yeah, that song was really dapper, and I'm like, yo, I really think author should really like thank God for the kids that he has, because it's rare, you guys, to find kids who are born into fame or born into privilege and still have them humble the way the two of them are humble. I know AJ has a factor of where he doesn't seem humble, but when you listen to his speech, you guys, the things that he says, you can hear there's a level of wisdom there. Yes, he's still like a typical guy, but there's definitely like he's definitely a good guy. So yeah, like I love the Mafukate kids, and I quite frankly at this point I feel like they are my favorite. They are my favorites in the show, and then I think the next one would be Robbie. Because there's just something fascinating about Robbie. So the Mafokate kids are like definitely on top of my list. I know a lot of people say they watch the show because of Ushamiswe, and I'm just like, I don't know. Girl is beautiful, but definitely not my cup of tea. Then the next scene, I'm gonna skip Pila's scene, or should I skip Pila's scene? Or maybe let me touch a little bit on Pila's scene. Pila meets up with his friend who's also an actress, and they basically speak or have a chat about how the two of them were basically on a show, and Pila was basically replaced with another character on the show. And I think it just beautifully highlights that, this industry, guys, that they are in, it's a dog eats dog type of industry. It's survival of the fittest, guys. Like you can be replaced at any time. And yes, Upila, he is the son of an icon, Uringo Madlingozi, but there's a certain level where your talent can speak for where your in not where your influence. There's a certain level to which the family you were born into can speak. But when it comes to that acting industry, you guys, it's really not an easy one. So yeah, that is that, guys. And I guess again, the struggles that ordinary people in inverted commas go through, Peter goes through them as well. There's something that Peter said that I agree with, is that I don't really feel like Upila is the type of boy or guy that was necessarily born into fame. He doesn't give me those vibes. I really do feel like he's a hustler, and he has not ridden on the shoulders of his father, though he should. But I really do feel like he's one of the people who have really worked hard and continues to work hard for where he's at. So maybe we should give him a little bit of props for that, because I mean, it's tough out there. Last scene as a Robbie, and when I saw Robbie, I'm like, yes, my G, my guy. I couldn't wait to see Robbie, because there's something fascinating about Robbie and the world and the space that he lives in. So remember, Robbie had sent Ushamiso a text for them to go out on a date. So this is basically it. So Robbie's there out there in Santon, and Shamiso comes. And remember, Shamiso complained that when Robbie sent her a message, he sent a message that included the word baby. And when he sees her again, he greets her and says baby. And listen, Ushamiso turned that down really fast. And I'm like, I was happy about that. And quite frankly, I'm proud of her for doing that, because Robbie, what in the rudeness was that? You don't go around calling woman you don't know, woman you are not familiar with, baby. Like it's rude. Like I quite frankly, and it was so distasteful. You could see one thing about Shami, so most of the time she's smiling, and yeah, but this scene, like you could see, like she's not even trying to fake it. Like she is annoyed, like annoyed to the last. And I'm happy she shut that down, because guys need to learn that there's nothing flirtatious, even if I am a single woman. Like, have respect for yourself, sir. And like, why won't like address me with my name up until maybe we get to a place where we official, or at least ask me if I'm comfortable with it. But it's rude to just go around calling women or a girl that you're into, baby, like in hopes that it's gonna charm her. I guess let me say this, guys, when you are really into a guy and he's like your biggest crush and he does call you baby, maybe that is something you're gonna blush about. But if it's a guy that you definitely don't like, nah, 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 nah. But for me personally, even if I did like a guy, the moment you'd call me baby, I can't take you seriously. I literally can't take you seriously. So anyway, Robbie there is trying to flirt with Ushamiso, but Ushamiso is bored. Like she tried. You know what? She really tried, but you could see, would see like her being, her whole being, her whole body, her whole energy was just not budging in. So Robbie's trying there to be, charming and whatnot, but listen with Shamisa's energy and facial expressions. I think it kind of bruised Robbie's ego because I'm just like, Robbie has this thing of where yeah, Robbie has an ego. He has an ego, and quite frankly, I feel like which is not all a bad thing, guys. He has this confidence about him, but I think that it can easily overboard to overly or being overly confident, and I feel like sometimes that is not received well. You can be moneyed, guys. You can be connected, but like when you're amongst other people, I don't think it's okay. Like people can feed off of your energy, and especially if you the type of person that feels like they're high or mighty, people can feel that, and some people don't appreciate that. Remember, this is a space where all of these kids he's gonna be interacting with, or these adults that he's gonna be interacting with, are successful in their own respective ways. Their parents are legends in their own respective ways. So you're not going to come into that type of space and want to act as if you like the top of the league, whereas each and every one of them have felt like that in their own environment. So, maybe you should tone it down a bit, but I don't see that happening. But listen, Shamisa even left that date quickly because you could see how bored she was. In a dire session, she was just like, like disgusted, like in a sense. Yeah, guys, there's sometimes like a guy being overly confident can really be a turn off. Just be a gentleman, be yourself, and that's that. Like, let people, I guess, vibe with you for you and not for the things that you seem to bring to the table. And I'm not saying Urobi like fleshes these things out, but I'm definitely saying that he is a like of things, and those things definitely do outstand. Another interesting thing that I think that Urobi mentioned is that he doesn't drink, and he says that this shocks a lot of people because the personality that he has is, he's outgoing. It gives off the impression that he is a drinker, and I was like, you know what, I agree. I was kind of like shocked that he said he didn't drink. Cause yeah, his personality and the type of person that he looks like, he definitely looks like a drinker and a heavy smoker. So I don't know what was about that. And then when the waitress came and he was ordering a drink, he ordered a drink that had alcohol in it. So I don't know if he was doing that on purpose, because I'm just like, how do you forget that you just said literally a few minutes ago that you don't drink? Or maybe he's not drinking, has a different definition, because there's some people, guys, when they say they don't drink, it doesn't necessarily mean they don't consume alcohol at all. I don't know. I'm just trying to reason it out. Or maybe, like, because for me, it just doesn't make sense how you're going to forget in literally like few minutes, unless it was really a lie. Because, I mean, when you lie about something, you're going to forget about the lie. But that quick, guys. And then when the waitress is there, he's like, no, 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 sorry. Like, make it non-alcoholic. So I don't know if he was confused, but with the wording, maybe we'll hear it come out one day, because I know definitely Ushamiso's not going to let that fly. She's definitely going to bring it up, because you could see that she was surprised, like to say like, hey, guy, didn't you say that you don't drink? But anyway, we will see. But I really do feel like Robbie is the perfect addition to this group. I feel like he's really gonna cause a storm. I feel like the rest of the other guys are really definitely not gonna gel with him, and I feel like I'm interested to see how he's gonna merge in with the rest of the group. Overall, rather, it was a good episode. Out of 10, maybe I'm gonna rate it a solid 7 out of 10, and I think a 7 is actually a good number, or actually a good rating for an episode. Anyway, guys, tell me, what did you think of this latest episode? Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge, and I'll see you guys in the next one.